You know,
We are live. This is the Reseller Wake Up, episode 103. Today is the 8th of April. It is April, right? It's still April. Okay.
Yeah.
just
But it's a
started.
Wednesday. Yeah, it just started. And, well, we're already almost halfway through it, and it feels like it just started. But what's going on, everybody? We've got Autumn Enos with Autumn's Upscale Resale with us this morning.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
talked to you in a while. How have you been?
I've been good. You guys been a roller coaster ride. We're all on it. So most of us know how it's been. Just up and down. A lot different
Like
from how
roller
it was
coasters.
a year ago, even.
Oh, yeah, life of a reseller.
I
They're
know,
always
right?
changing stuff, and all we can do is either adapt or quit. One of the
Adapt or
two.
quit. Yeah, that's what I've had to do. I had to figure that out this year. Like honestly, like my first time in 4 years being faced with like, what am I gonna do? Not? Is this working for me? Which is kind of crazy because eBay always worked, That's the thing with eBay is that it always worked. I mean, isn't that your experience?
Oh yeah, I mean that's still kind of my experience. I get well, eBay's weird. Like I've been slacking big time just because I've been getting so much more into FBA lately. But I mean with this, I don't know if you've been watching the show or whatever, but I'm getting a
Yeah.
new place. This probably gonna be moving in this weekend actually.
Hmm. Right.
Um, and I'm gonna have like tons of stuff to go through, and I've already got a bunch of inventory that I haven't been able to get around to listing. A lot of like really nice suits and coats and
Oh,
you know,
good. Okay, for eBay.
the
Hmm.
dressy stuff. So that's going on eBay, and then I'm just gonna take all that and just dump it. I'm probably gonna get away from sourcing that stuff, but I'm at least gonna sell what I've got and then
Hmm.
just pour it all into FBA because from what I see, I mean, eBay, I don't think it's going away or dying, but I think it's going to change
Yeah.
a lot. And it's going
Yeah.
to become very different over the next, coming up
I think
months or years.
yeah, I think it's going to take like another 6 months to a year for a new, or maybe not. Maybe it's 3 months. I mean, I have a feeling that it's just there's another move coming or change, and it's going to be big, just like the last one. And it's fine. It's all good. I mean, I've had my fun. I've had my thrill, and I have other options and ideas. There's other resellers out there that I associate with. One of the ones that I associate with is Jesse from the group that I have, and he stopped selling on eBay this last round during the eBay Google fiasco, where it dropped to the second page and there was just no traffic going to the store. He actually jumped out of eBay back then and started a different venture, and he's really successful at it. And it's something totally outside the box, totally outside eBay, totally outside Amazon, and he's doing really, really well. And he showed me a couple things, and so it's kind of opened my eyes in general to the fact that like even Amazon isn't the end all be all. We kind of think, oh, just go over to Amazon and sell on Amazon, but there's all kinds of stuff going on now. People are opening their own stores, and promoting them in different ways. I know it's difficult to get traffic to your own store, but there are ways to do that. And I know this person's doing it, and he's making more money doing what he's doing than he was ever on eBay. And he had to figure it out. Like it was, for a few months he had to figure out what he was going to do because, again, on Amazon, it's not like low-hanging fruits everywhere anymore. I mean, I go out and scan and I look and it's hard to find. I found a couple of good products in the last 3 months in health and beauty, and I was listing those regularly and replenishing them. And then boom, all of a sudden on each one, there's 6 FBAs. I don't know if it's because it just happens that way to me or what, but like I only could control the market on products I found for a few weeks, and then other sellers would come in and then all of a sudden they'd be 11.75, and at 6.50 of a beauty product, I can't compete with those prices on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So I
It
kind of
makes
like,
me wonder how many people are out there that don't even realize they're not making money.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess to them, 50 cents is making money. I mean, it's not really to me. I really want to at least make my money back on Amazon. And
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I did that this last 6 months. I was focusing on health and beauty and trying to get like some of that going. I don't do groceries as much as I want to because of the expiration
Expiration.
dates. That holds me back a little bit. So, because I want to go deep in a certain area. That's my thing. Like on eBay, I like to be niched out. So I'm looking for that on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure I found it with bundles. I know Danica, you're into bundles a lot, and
Hmm.
Catherine has kind of been a friend of mine since the beginning, since she started that treasure hunting group, and I've been following her bundling techniques on the side, and then she kind of came out with that bundling course, and then I just I made some bundles last year, Halloween ones that were like mediocre, but I did $2 and $3 bundles from the dollar store, and they sold for 15, 16, 17.85, just like she said, and I did sell out of them. And so I did that this year with Easter. I did like a cheap Easter bundle from the dollar store. It's cost me $3 to put together. It was like 2 different egg hunts style plastic eggs and some grass. And I just put it together in a picture that looked really nice. Like she said, bam, they sold out. I sold 15 of them at $15.85, and my cost was $3 initially, which is like, okay, I see. After scanning at Walmart, even going to Family Dollar, and looking at their health and beauty, not seeing a lot of available potential. So the bundling thing is actually the direction I'm going. Reluctantly, I don't like this whole creative part so much, but it's actually not that difficult already in my experience. I already know how to take pictures for eBay and create a listing for eBay. So I just do the same thing on Amazon, and I'm actually starting to see where I could carve out a living on Amazon, where before it was like difficult to reinvent the wheel every week. I can get a $350 to $500 to even $700 payout if I really hustle on Amazon and send something in every week. This is retail arbitrage I'm talking.
Right.
But I like the dollar store bundling game, and like the Walmart dollar item bundling. I'm finding that's I made a bundle that's $5 instead of $3, and I'm going to charge $23.85 for it. And I am going to use Amazon ads to start the bundles if need be, because the dollar store is full of this springtime stuff, and it's just like springtime yard bundle, planter box, and it's like, that's the way I'm going on Amazon, because my first plan is to put some stable ground on Amazon again, because I'm not finding it with retail arbitrage. It's just like I don't have the capital. Right. You know what I mean? Because eBay is so slow. I'm not overflowing with capital this year like I was last year or the year before. Right. And so I have to be very precise about my shopping.
Retail arbitrage, you definitely, to be successful at it, you got to have money to throw at it. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of dollar stuff that you're making $20 on Amazon. I mean, it's a lot of $5 stuff that you're selling for 15, and you're putting $4 or $5 in your pocket after all the fees, and then you do it 10 or 20 times, but then it starts to become profitable. But I mean, even that, I mean, I'm having the same trouble you are with just finding the stuff that's like really knocking it out of the park. I still have more luck at thrift stores, scanning stuff at thrift stores and looking up like electronics, like got a stack of VCRs right here that I was testing this morning before the show, and I mean, as long as you have the remote for them and a cable, you can send them in and make $100 a piece for them, and you're gonna find those for $5 or $10 each all day.
Yeah, I've tried VCRs and I've tried electronics. Last year I did that during Q4. I was all yard sale last year. I didn't even really bundle. I bundled a little bit, and I wasn't improved in health and beauty or personal care, so I yard saled all last season, and I did pretty well, except for the fact that I got some negatives from like electronics that people swear didn't work, but they did when I tested them. And so like I'm just me personally, because I'm a girl and I don't have a station set up to test everything. I don't do so many electronics anymore. I mean, I will do like the kitchen gadgets. That's my thing, is kitchen gadgets. Like the Belgian waffle makers, the lids off jars, the things that people pay a lot of money for. That they're sitting there. I mean, it's harder now to do those ones, but
I think it's a little harder to source from thrift stores, period, just because there's so many people doing it now.
It is, but yard sale season is starting, and I know you and I both live in the Denver, Arvada area. Arvada has the best yard sales because it's an upper scale. There's a lot of good areas in there, and it's right down the 121 for me. So that's my plan for FBA, is I'm going to create 10 to 15, possibly 20 of my own listings that are bundles. And I've already done 9. And I just said, you know what, I'm doing this. I can't, because I'm not creative at all. I hate this part. It's part of me just doesn't. I could go to the thrift store and find the best stuff. I don't know. I have the knack for that. But this is harder. So I'm bundling 10 to 15 new listings every season, which we're in the springtime season, and we just passed Easter. So it's like I'm creating these outdoor seasonal bundles, because I've watched Catherine for over a year, and she makes money on Amazon. And she yard sales and she bundles. She yard sales, she bundles. And that's her technique. And I've been successful. I've got up to $4,500 in sales last year from doing just yard selling. So imagine if I yard sale and bundle and get some of those bundles to rank, excuse me, and get seen and purchased. I mean, that's where I can have some replens, not in the retail arbitrage. I don't think retail, like most of you know, the low-hanging fruit is not there. And I had that experience trying to do that, trying to scan or find products at Walmart or Target or even Family Dollar or wherever. I couldn't find it. I found some, and then, like I said, a few weeks later, I was replanning them and going and going and going. Bam! All of a sudden, there's like 6 other FBA sellers.
Well, one of the tips that I got for, like, one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of the stuff that I find tends to be in stores that aren't, like, nationwide big.
Yes.
I mean, they're chain stores, they're big stores, but they aren't, like, everywhere, you know? Like, I don't know, we've got Big Five around here. They've been, that's one of the ones that I like to stop by. And then I know, like, some of the stores that I hear other people talk about being really good, we don't even have them. So, I mean, you got to look for that kind of thing, but clearance is, I have really good luck in clearance sections, but
you go to Walgreens. Well, I've heard you say Walgreens. I live in the Superior area, which is right near Boulder. How funny! I have a black cat. He does that to me all the time. Sean comes in my face and puts his tail right at my nose and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me crazy. Anyways, yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but I haven't been able to find, like, I live in Superior, right outside of Boulder. Yeah. And my area sucks for clearance, and it's like all poshy, high upscale. You know, we live right outside of Boulder, so it's like, and I have to drive all the way into Denver. You know, I'm so complaining this morning. It's fine. It's 25 minutes, you know, from my area to Denver. So I have to plan my sourcing trips. And Amazon is a little bit more challenging. It is. It's a challenging platform, but it's rewarding. That's why it's so challenging. You can't just do whatever you want over there. You have to have a plan, and you have to execute it.
Yeah, I've been looking at the bundles too. One of the things, like Catherine just posted a picture of some Easter bunnies in her group last night or this morning or whatever, and it just kind of clicked. It's like, oh yeah, baby shower bundles. I'd rather go for something like that. Yeah. That's
a really good one. You know, I mean, I'm on to the party packs.
Yes, I would rather do something like that. For
no one's at Party City. I shouldn't even say it out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, no one's at Michael's. Danica, she's like, shh, don't say those.
No, I was just gonna say, like, with your bundles, don't make your title be, you know, Easter basket bundle or whatever. You know, make your title a lot more neutral, and then use the bullet points to say baby shower, Mother's Day, you know, whatever your, you know, Easter, baby, whatever, and do it that way, and it stays fresh.
Evergreen.
You know, it's not relegated to just that Easter holiday. You know, you don't have to put that in your title.
Right.
It's still going to get picked up when they search if you have it in those bullet points. If it's part of your keywords, you know, when you create your listing, you've got that like 250 or whatever characters that you can use. Put it in there and keep your title, you know, usable.
So
I can totally see why people get on that, you know, don't tell people about it, don't share the info, because Autumn's going and going and going, and I'm like, oh man,
I know, now your brain's working hard.
Hush. But I mean, it's everywhere, you can't stop it, but
I mean, it's gonna happen.
The great thing is, you know, you can create your own stuff. So, but it's still at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, shh, quiet.
I know.
Well, you know, even with creating your own stuff, even down to private labeling, you have to deal with competition, even if it isn't necessarily on your listing. I mean, if you guys watched Andy Slamans the other night on RB3's show, he was talking about making private label items where there are 50 of that item listed on Amazon. That would be like scanning something on in the store or whatever, and then, or like looking it up, I guess, and there's like 50 different listings for that item on Amazon. And you guys, I see that all the time, and then you're like, oh great, but now you're in competition with those guys to sell your item. It doesn't matter what you're doing, there's going to be competition. There's so many people that are a lot bigger than us that are telling everybody everything. So I mean, they're keeping it under your hat. You can try and do that, but you shouldn't be on YouTube if that's what you're doing, honestly. Like, unless you're just, well, I'm not gonna say you shouldn't be on YouTube, but you shouldn't be doing like reselling stuff if you're not here to tell people what you're doing, because I mean, otherwise
I
you're
didn't say not tell people. I just say I can see why people get
Yeah.
like that. I can understand it.
A lot of
yeah,
people get mad. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, like the book that I'm writing, they're like, well, how much stuff are you putting in there? And, well, what exactly are you telling? You know, and it's like, it's to get people started. I'm not telling them, hey, this is what I'm doing. You know, I go to the store, buy these 3 things, put it together just like this. Here's this, you know.
Yeah.
People need to learn, or else the Amazon, you know, catalog is going to continue to go down the crapper.
It is kind of already going down the crapper. People
It's
are,
in the
and this whole
crapper.
bundling thing is going to cause the catalog to go down the crapper, I think, because people are just going to, I've seen
They're making stupid bundles. Not,
Well,
I mean, not to be evil, but don't make stupid bundles, you know, and learn what you're doing before you do it, because bundling is horrid. Bundling and multi-packs are horrid for the Amazon catalog. It's awful. You know, so do it right if you're going to do it.
Well, the worst part about the bundling thing and what's happened to the catalog is you've got all these people coming over from eBay.
Yes.
And they try and take like 1 or 2 of the little tips that people hear about how to make a listing, and then they don't apply everything, and their listing sucks.
Yes. Their pictures suck, their listings suck, and then they're wondering why their bundles aren't selling. I mean, Catherine's got a good course. She goes over.
It's not even just bundles, though.
About what a stupid bundle is, and don't make one, and like what's a good bundle and what's a dumb bundle. And I still see the people in her groups creating semi. They're not. Their titles are long. They're you know, they're not following
They're
her
keyword
title.
stuffed.
You know, yeah, they're keyword stuffed. I'm seeing, and that's okay, because people are going to have to try their techniques, and because I did too. When she told me how to bundle last year, I went out and did whatever I wanted. You know, I didn't do whatever I wanted. I'm saying I did it kind of my way, in a way. And now this year, I've thrown out my way completely, and I'm just going to do it exactly how she says. Like, try to follow exactly what she says. Bundle Abundance is her, actually, she has one video called Bundle Abundance. And I really like that video, and I'm promoting Catherine instead of myself. But the truth is that she's got a great idea, you know, and it's nice to find someone that you can relate to and say, okay, I want to try that, you know. And I really feel confident, because it's easy. The bundling is actually easy. You just have to do it right, or else the Amazon catalog is going to get all screwed up, which it's going to. People are going to do whatever they want.
Yeah. So one of the things we've been talking about is like some of the stuff that eBay's. Well, we've been alluding to the fact that eBay has been making some changes over the last couple of years, and it's made it a lot harder on sellers, especially old school sellers, people that have been doing it for a while, and people just been kind of migrating away from eBay, looking for new like platforms basically, and new ways to make money. I mean, there are people, like you said, with Jesse, he's not even selling that much anymore. He's still on FBA, but I mean, he talks about it, but I mean, from what I just following him and seeing some of his posts, he's doing a lot of other stuff, like with keywords and stuff like that he seems to be doing pretty well with. But
you won't say
that you mentioned that, Paul, because I don't know if you saw that big article that somebody posted. I think it was in the Reseller. I wrote down some of the numbers here. eBay has basically half the buyers of Amazon, and about 12 times as many sellers as Amazon. I mean, they're talking about they doubled in size as far as sellers, and it's only 2 million sellers, and they have twice as many buyers. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Their growth, according to this article, is 33%, which is like 11% above the industry. And Amazon is basically they were at 5% growth. I mean, eBay was at 5% growth versus industry 22%. I mean, the numbers don't lie. The
numbers don't lie, and a lot of people are still really hopeful. I lost my hope in a way last year when my numbers went from, you know, a certain amount to half that, and they've stayed at half that, and that's why I've gone to Amazon, because it just stopped. The traffic dropped off, and it hasn't really gotten any better. I mean, I've done things, you know, I've ramped up my YouTube channel, I've started a Facebook fan page, some different things so that I can drive traffic to my store, because once I get my store name ranking on Google, then I can still get some hits and views, and I can still hold a steady number, a relatively steady number that I can say, okay, I can pull this much money financially from eBay, because that's what the wheel turns at.
Are you
I
pinning your stuff?
Hmm?
Are you pinning your stuff?
Yeah, I pin, I tweet, I have, I go to other social media sites like Tumblr, I put what's that one, Instagram, I put a lot of good pictures on Instagram of the good things I find, but I don't find that anything is working to drive traffic to my store. The things that used to work in the past like that, like having the Sellers Helping Sellers group, that always drove traffic to my store. Now it just doesn't. That's not even working. I mean, it's 11,000 members and it's not driving any traffic to my store. I mean, if people get, my YouTube channel, they go and look at it, but I'm not even getting. When I started my YouTube channel a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, when I started that group, I got 2,000 subscribers within like 6 months, 5 months, because people were hungry for eBay back then. It was like 2010, I think, or 11 or something.
Yeah.
And then I stopped doing videos because everybody was hungry for eBay, and it was like everybody was taking my ideas and all these things, and it was like, wait a minute, I don't want to do that so much. So it's harder now to make a living on eBay. It really, really is. At least a full-time living on selling used clothes and shoes like I do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, that's a good supplement, and I mean, if you learn how to do it, because there are great opportunities if you know how to do it and you're good at it. But I mean, I feel like it's not so much that eBay has gone to crap for me. Like, it's just when I do the work, when I list consistently, when I'm doing 20 items a day, every day, for a week, the results they show. I mean, there's too many days where I skip listing and I go out sourcing, or, I'm off putting an FBA shipment together, so I don't have time to list or whatever. So, I mean, the fact that listing is still the best way to drive traffic hasn't changed, but, I mean,
but it takes so much. That's the thing. Like, I'm changing my schedule for eBay now because I was a daily lister. I'd get up every morning, I'd list, and I'd pack and ship, and that would be my eBay day. And that would usually take me to 5 or 6 o'clock because I had 15 items to list, 10, 15 items, and I would sell 7 to 10 items a day. And I had, it would take me, I'd crack the whip to get to the post office at 6 o'clock every day. And that went on for 3-4 years like that, 3 years straight, where I just, every day, eBay, all day. And sourcing all the time. And it was constant eBay. Now it's like, well, I'm going to stop listing on Fridays for sure because I'm going out yard sailing and I'm going to hit it up for FBA again.
Yeah.
And I want to, in a month, I want to push I'm like selling a 1,500 right now. I'm very part-time. I send in 1 box every 10 days, or like 3 boxes every 10 days. So I'm not very big time. But I know that I can double that if I double my efforts.
Yeah.
Amazon is like eBay. It's a numbers game. If I double my efforts and send in boxes every 7 days, whatever I find from the yard sales and thrift stores, it doesn't even really matter what it is in a sense. You just scan it and see if it's ranking, and you just, for $2, $1, you send it in, and it gets a good payout. In my experience, yard selling is a great way to start FBA and get it ramped up. I want to do 3,000 in sales next month on FBA with my bundles and with yard sailing, and that's a simple technique. And I'm gonna roll back eBay one whole day. I'm just not even gonna do eBay.
Yeah, I've been doing around $3,000
all that day and just focus so that I can it's time to transition all the way out of eBay. As hard as that is to say and do, like, what am I even gonna do? I'm gonna go to the thrift store and cry? It's like, I'm a thrifter.
Yeah.
That's my thing, it's always been my thing to thrift, so I guess now I just thrift, and like, I'll probably still do eBay.
Oh, I'm still doing eBay, and I mean, like, I'll probably keep doing eBay because there are too many great deals that I come across that it's like, there's no way that I can pass on this, like,
I know.
I bought a bag of 30 t-shirts at a thrift store the other day for $2. It's like, man, I've got to, I mean, even if I only, like, I bundled them, or I put them up in, like, packs of 6, or listings of 6 shirts per listing for like $20 and free shipping, and it's like, if they don't sell, then I'll go down to 15, and then if they still don't sell, then I don't know. But
the thing about that is on the eBay side is, and I know I keep promoting the Amazon thing, but they have so much growth potential. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, all they have to do is one day go, well, we're gonna do an Amazon used clothing side.
Yeah.
That would take away half of eBay right there. That would just cut them in half.
I think you're onto something. Are you onto something? Do you know something we don't know?
I'm just talking about the fact that there's so much growth potential. I mean, when there's 25 million sellers on eBay and only 2 million on Amazon, and people are flocking over to Amazon. It's just a matter of time before they start figuring it out. Hey, we can make more money just by selling these items. I mean, it's just a matter of time. They're going to start figuring things out. I mean, you're talking about how, private label is something totally different, that everybody's hitting on. Bundling is huge now, right? That's a big thing. Those are all different things. And those are just small things that people have figured out that are making big bucks. It's just a matter of time before the next one comes out, and the next one. I mean, they're going to continue to build on this. I mean, the catalog might be getting a little iffy or whatever, but that's a small change compared.
That is, right.
And to be honest with you, like, you don't even really. I notice it more as a seller, because when I scan an item, it's like, wow, that's a crappy listing. But I would never be looking for that item, so I would never, like, whenever I go to Amazon and I start looking around, I never see that stuff. Like that doesn't present. Like, I don't see the listing come up, and like everything still looks all nice and everything. Like speaking of bad listings, I was at Kohl's the other day and I saw this Ralph Lauren or like a Chaps blazer or whatever, and it was $10. I scanned it on Amazon just to see, because I'm ungated in clothing, and there was two of them listed for $110, and I looked at it, I'm like, oh wow, that's cool, and then I look at the pictures, and it was a picture, it looked like somebody had laid the thing down on their bed and then whited out the background.
That's an eBayer that came to Amazon.
Exactly. So
not being nasty, but
you can say it all day long. It's true.
but it's true. Yeah, it's true.
People can't just. I mean, that's why eBay's there. If you want to start reselling, I don't mean to be snippety either, but like, I feel protective of Amazon, and I'm super protective of my Amazon account. It's everything to me. eBay is everything to me. eBay pays my bills. I'm sitting in a very nice house. I drive a nice car. eBay. So it's like, okay, I appreciate eBay. It's getting me this far, and I really want to hold Amazon very closely, and I treat it with a lot of respect. And I know people that are just coming over there, just desperate to make a living and trying. They're not in that position so much right now. I'm not really in that position so much right now. I mean, I need to figure something else out. I'm figuring out Amazon more and more, but my nut is fading on eBay, and it's time to just do it. I'd rather thrift than bundle any day of the week. That's the thing. So my preference is what I'm doing, my routine, but that's not happening anymore, and that's how you have to be. You have to adapt and change and move with the times. I know Jesse was very disappointed when he couldn't sell shoes anymore. We're friends in the reseller group. We talk almost every day. So he and I just laugh about it, because he reminisces about selling shoes on eBay. And it's hilarious. We laugh together, because who does that? Diehard thrifters and old school eBay sellers, because it's been so much fun to do this, to not have to have a regular job in a way, and not have to go to, I used to be a vet tech, and actually, coincidentally, so did Jesse. We have a lot in common. That's why we talk a lot. He actually was also a vet tech, so we share that, any day of the week, we'd rather work 60 hours on eBay than our 35-hour-a-week vet tech job that was so stressful. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the life of a reseller is like a love. We love what we're doing, and I have to start to love something else, which is bundling. But it's a side of myself that I want to express. And you can do bundles, guy bundle, or bundles that are more masculine or more guy oriented. I was thinking about some the other day. You can do bundles in the health and beauty category.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of fishing bundles.
Fishing, that's another one. I mean, no one's doing that. I mean, Catherine mentioned fishing bundles, but no one's doing it. No one wants to. No one even knows where to start. They're like, fishing bundles.
Yeah, go watch the video that I posted up, I think it was last week, of the walkthrough of this place that I'm buying, and you'll see what I mean.
That's awesome. I would check that out. Now tell me, you got ungated in clothing. Did I hear you correctly?
I'm ungated in pretty much everything except that I want to be ungated in, except jewelry, which I need to hit Adam up again and see if he can do that for me. And then
service for clothing?
Yeah, clothing is easy.
He's
Adam
so cheap, Autumn. You need
He's the guy that does ungating. Okay.
Yeah, it's biohazardpicker.com.
Oh, it's him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Adam.
But he will get you ungated quick. It's $160 for clothing,
Okay.
$160 for.
He's like less than half of everybody else.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody else is
Okay.
charging like $300, $400, $500, and he's like giving it away pretty much.
That's
But I
awesome.
mean,
Yeah, because I want to do clothing next. I'm in grocery, health and beauty, or excuse me, grocery, beauty, health and personal care, and
I recommend to anybody before you go and pay a bunch of money to get engaged in all these categories, unless you already have like a wholesale supplier or whatever, go out and do it like
Scan.
practice, scan stuff, and make sure that you know what to look for first. Otherwise, you might be throwing your money away. Because honestly, I haven't found that much stuff to
yeah,
send in for clothing.
It-
But if I get
Shoes and
like,
handbags are much better than clothing, personally.
Yeah.
Like, I found a
Oh.
lot more things in shoes and clothing and sunglasses in that category than I have clothing.
yeah. You know, Catherine's posted some shoes in her Facebook group, and I'd never seen anybody scan shoes before. I never really thought about it, even though I sell shoes on eBay religiously. But she actually was showing some kids' Vans and stuff that were just like the ROI on them was out of the park, and
Yeah.
they were no FBA sellers. So it's like, well, there's a market right there, wide open shoes.
Yeah.
You know, who can get in it and get going. I mean, it's a little more expensive capital wise. That's the thing. That's why I'm bundling at like, you know, $1. I'm bundling dollar or less items, and that's not only the dollar store. That's Walmart has dollar items, Target. There's a couple other places I've been going to. You know, Michael's. I've been trying to venture out.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, the thing that's my biggest hurdle with Amazon is like transitioning over is just I'm so used to that, you know, pay $1, make 20, pay $10, make 100, and I'm still doing that on Amazon, and I'm doing it good. I mean, I'm doing probably like $3,000 a month on Amazon, and you know, I'm still pulling 2,000 to 3,000 a month on eBay. So I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like I'm starving or anything, but you know,
Yeah.
I want to get back to those days. Like I was doing $10,000 a month on eBay
I
for a
know.
while there. Back,
Remember
you know,
those days?
yeah. And part of it was because I had a job and, you know, I had money to feed into the business and I wasn't taking money out. You know, it's like basically I could pay all my bills and then leave all the money in my pay. Everything I made on eBay, I was just putting back into eBay. But because I
Yeah.
did that for so long, that's the reason why when I got fired, I had my job or I had eBay to fall back on and I didn't have to go out and get a job. But,
That's
you know,
exactly what happened to me. I got laid off my vet tech job and just like went right into eBay because I was already doing it and I was already pulling about $1,200 to $1,500 a month from it part time or $2,000 a month part time. So I said, hell, that's more money than I'm making at my vet tech job. I'm just going to go with it. But I'm at the same numbers as you, except more of my split is on eBay.
yeah.
You know, I'm only pulling about a $500 payout from Amazon, $300 to $50 to $500 payout every 2 weeks. So I'm selling about $1,500 at a very low effort rate.
Yeah.
Books, stuff from the, you know, thrift store. I was doing some health and beauty, but the ROI is so high, I can't just drop. I just can't right now. I'm, you know, because the money on eBay isn't coming in like it used to.
Well,
So I have
that's
to
my
be very careful about what I buy and what I choose to invest in.
Yeah, that's the most of the money that I'm making on eBay is from thrifted items
Yes.
and video games. And but I know how to source video games. Like I can, I've got pretty good relationships with a lot of the local video game stores. Like I know the owners, I know the managers, and I can get them to get me discounts.
Yeah.
And you know, like I'll fix systems for them, and they'll pay me. I'll either take cash or I'll be like, hey man, double. Or you can pay me cash, or you can give me double that in store credit. And most of the time, they'll give me the store credit. So you know, if I walk out of there, spend 20 minutes fixing a 360 that had a stuck tray, and I've got $50 to spend, you know, I do that a lot. So that really helps keep things rolling into makes it real easy for me to roll everything back into Amazon, but. You know, just keeping it flowing, but that's 90% of what I sell on Amazon is just electronics and video game stuff.
See, you were kind of fortunate. You had a niche that you could transition to Amazon. I unfortunately did not.
Yes.
I have to reinvent my wheel all over again, which that's the big resistance for me. Thank God I could still use the thrift store to build Amazon, because at least I felt at home, you know. I'm like, I love the thrift store. So getting into Walmart and standing around scanning, I feel like just a crazy person, you know. So like, although a lot of people feel crazy at the thrift store, so go figure.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But
one of the things that got me transitioned over to FBA from eBay, like I hit this wall on eBay where I was I was trying to do a bunch of different stuff. I was trying to get away from my niche, and I thought that I could grow just by moving and trying all this other different stuff because I started watching YouTube videos and taking people's advice. Next thing I know, I had a mannequin and a bunch of clothing in boxes and piles of broken electronics and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, this
Sounds
is
like
getting a
me.
little overwhelming. And that's when eBay started to slip for me, and I started to get into FBA because it's like, wait, I can send this stuff into their warehouse and I don't even have to look at it again. I'm sold. So.
You know what else I'm actually starting to look at is gift sets. And the reason I'm looking at gift sets is because gift sets is a version of private labeling. Now, I don't know exactly how it works. I'm looking into it more and more because I thought about this, like, okay, no one really wants to create a gift basket. I know that those are difficult, and imagine trying to FBA hundreds of gift baskets, But you could I was thinking of private label. I think of Dave a lot, Gilman, he admins our group too, so we have a chat going all the time, and so I chat with him a lot, and we joke, and he's like, come on, Autumn, do your private label training, and I'm like, okay, yeah, right, loan me $5,000, because right now I just don't have that kind of capital. So Thrift Quest is on there too. He manages our group too. So he secretly messages me, and he's like, don't do that, private label. You could figure it out. I already got this source, and I'm doing the book. Because Thrift Quest is really inventive. He was ahead of the game doing FBA years ago.
Brilliant.
He is brilliant. Yeah. I love watching him, and I enjoy the way he presents his sales. I mean, he does over $1,000 a day. He's the beast. He invented the beast mode. And basically, he was like, don't do it on
dude is human, trust me.
Very human, but he's an animal in a way, And he's ahead of the curve because he's always thinking of the next thing, kind of like Catherine. That's why I surround myself with people like that, is because my ideas get flat sometimes. And I'm like, okay, come on, brain, come on. I sit down with a piece of paper to brainstorm, and I just try to let the ideas flow. But I like to hear others because that's easier for me sometimes. And Thrift Quest was telling me, and he's not against doing a private label training, but he thinks that you can figure this stuff out yourself. And maybe not. Maybe some people can, some people can't. But what he was saying is, why don't you try a gift set? And I was like, a gift set? What the hell? So it's different than a multi-pack. It's different than a bundle. And it is something that you can, Paul, you were talking about doing a fishing one.
Yeah.
You could do, instead of a bundle, if you look into it and find out there are liability issues about it, but something about it creates it so it's your brand.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about that last time Catherine came on, and she actually used to do her bundles more of that style when she first got started, and she just decided it was too much work to turn it into like a gift basket or a gift set. So she kind of developed the bundling from gift sets. So I mean, that totally makes sense the way that she explained it all. But I mean, with the fishing bundles, like I said, go watch the video. It's like basically this space that I'm gonna start renting. It's in the basement of what used to be a fishing store, and the fishing store closed, and the owner just put everything down. He took everything, and he's like, hey, I'm 6 months behind on rent. Here's my inventory. And so the owner was like, what do I do with this crap? So he just took it all and put it in the basement, and it's been there for 5 years, or maybe longer than that now.
Watch this video. So you just came up on this. See, your abundance is starting to flow your way, because that's something that doesn't happen every day.
Well, that happened because I talked to the guy and I got to know him. He owns this commercial building, and now after that dude moved out, he opened up a liquor store. And so, I'm a drunk, so I'm there all the freaking time. Right? But I just got to know him that way, and he's like, oh, you do eBay, huh? Yeah, so I've got all this stuff in the basement. I go down there and I walk in, and the basement's freaking huge. It's like 3,000 square feet. And I was like, holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind going down a set of stairs for cheap rent,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've got it. It's like, we're basically putting up a divider wall, and I'm going to have half of it, and it's going to be,
cool.
Yeah, I'll have the space that I want. There's already all shelving down there, and, pegboards down there. Just like, basically it's set up, so all I have to do is move some stuff around, and I don't even have to do anything. Get some clothing racks until, just for now, until my clothing gets sold. But yeah, I plan on selling through that and then but I think that's going to be a good opportunity to learn the private labeling and the bundling, because I'll just have so much of that stuff that isn't listed. You can't get anymore, but I've got 200 of them. You know, there's like 200 of this lure. You know, and there's all these different styles, so I'll have to take different pictures, and you know, we'll see
You
how
may
it
not
goes.
even have to bundle some of that. You may just be able to offer it one-offs, because if it's not available anymore, there are people that fish that really like what they used to have, and they can't find it anymore because they're making stuff differently these days, cheaper, less quality.
Yep.
And people want their high-quality items, and that's one thing that's good about old school people. I mean, I know people are shopping on Amazon and migrating to Amazon, but there are certain people that just love their eBay deals, just like sellers that love eBay selling, you know what I mean? So the market's not all the way dead. You might even want to try and offer some of those on eBay for like the old school people that don't even like, some people, like, Amazon is too much for them.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
I think
you know, some people.
I think there's still a lot of people that look at it as a
A monster, a giant,
flea market, or you know, somewhere to get that deal. You know,
eBay.
eBay.
Yeah, according to eBay, yeah.
eBay's still good. I mean, there's still people that prefer eBay. They just like the layout. They feel like they're getting a deal, like Sean said, even if maybe they're not. But I mean, if you look at the prices, you're getting a deal most of the time, because I mean, if you can sell it on eBay and Amazon, most likely you're going to get twice as much on Amazon for it.
Right,
you know?
most likely, right.
But
And
there's still so many things that you can make a ton of money on that you can only sell on eBay. You can't even sell.
True. That's very true. I mean, you can't sell used goods you can't sell any vintage or used goods on Amazon. So of course, there are a lot of people that are looking. There are people that are still in the market of used clothing because they work an office job. Or I always thought of my demographic. I sell women's clothes and shoes primarily, although I do a lot of men's suits and blazers. So women, the demographic that I was selling to were people that were in a job that were making less than $35,000 a year, or you know, $25,000 a year. Maybe they were just office workers or waitresses, the kind of jobs that got me into the vet tech job, or even a vet tech person, you know, that makes a certain amount of money an hour, and they want to wear BCBG or J. Crew. It's not even super high end, but they want nice stuff, and they're not going to compromise, and they can't afford retail. There is a huge group of people out there, you know, just all the people that work for $12, $15 an hour, but they want to wear Michael Kors shoes to their office because everybody else is, you know, and it's like, well, they want to too. You know, I used to waitress, and all the girls that I waitress with had they swear to God, I kid you not, waitresses, and back in the day in the late 90s had those Louis Vuitton bags and those Tiffany bracelets. Every single one of them. And I was like, you guys, why do you do that? You know, they always same trends. They always wanted, and these things were hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
And they would go out and they would save their money and spend their money on these super high-end pieces of jewelry and purses, and I'd be sunglasses too. And I'd be like, you guys are crazy. But I was a thrifter, you know. But that's what people want, is this high-end designer stuff in a way. So there'll always be, I think, that market for women and men who can't afford, you know, that Chaps blazer that's freaking $220 for a Chaps blazer at the Kohl's or whatever. I've been to Kohl's and I've seen them. They're like $150 the blazers. I'm like, this is pathetic. How can they charge that much for a shitty blazer? This isn't even a good quality blazer.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're looking at, I mean, when you're used to buying these things for like $2, $3, $5 or whatever all day long, you know, you get a nice $500 suit. Somebody paid $1,000 for it at one point, and you're getting it for $9 at a thrift store.
I know.
Whatever. You get used to that, but you know, I mean, like I grew up in the restaurant business. My dad and my brother are both chefs. I waited tables. I still, like, my dad had a restaurant a few years ago where I would go up and help him out on the weekends. You know, I mean,
that's how you make the money going to college. You know, that's how we did it before the online thing was even cool. You know, we waited tables or bartended. That's all that really was out there.
Yeah,
for
but
people
once you realize
more money an hour, you know, less hours a week.
Exactly. I mean, you could work. I mean, I was pulling in crazy money when I was like 15, 16 years old, but yeah, that's how I learned about thrift stores, because I see these waiters and waitresses walking around in these nice clothes, and they would talk about it. They're like, yeah, I got these Guess jeans for $2.
Right.
And it's like, oh, wow, so maybe I should go check that out. But, you know, my dad used to take me to auctions and stuff when I was a kid, and he was always there every weekend. And so, I mean, I've always just been around this, and I've always been kind of thrifty. And then, you know, of course, I started making some money and doing well with my old job, and it's like I got away from it a little bit, but then I just kind of realized that it was dumb and I needed to get back into it, and that's when I started on eBay. But yeah, I mean it's
When are you moving to your new place?
I don't know. Hopefully this weekend. I gotta go and talk about the quote to see how much it's gonna cost to put that wall up, because I'm gonna pay for it. Just because, he's giving me the rent so cheap, I pretty much have to. But
Are you going to do the thing we talked about? Yeah. Are you going to do the shelves thing?
yeah.
Or does he want an actual wall?
No, he doesn't want an actual wall. He doesn't care. I mean, he knows
Oh.
it's just gonna be me down there.
So
He's
it's
a
just
little
for you?
worried. Yeah. Well, he wants the wall so that there's no like this is your side, this is my side, but it's more like a divider. But what we're gonna do is just put the frame up a wall, like the 24-inch, whatever you call it. Like he knew exactly what I was talking about when I said it. I had it written down and everything. So.
This is what they said.
Yeah, this is what they told me I need.
My friends told me to do this.
Yeah. But we're gonna take all the pegboards and we're gonna use those as the wall, so that I've got like a wall of pegboard. And then, like I said, there's already a bunch of shelving and tables and stuff down there, so I mean it's ready to go. I've got everything I need down there. I might need to get a couple of clothing racks, and that's it. So if anybody has any good plans on how to build a budget clothing rack, I'd appreciate it.
I have one Paul, I have one I have an extra one. It's nice. It's in the industrial grade Z-bar.
Oh, sweet.
Z-bar. Like the nice ones. I think I still have one. I had 7 at one point, and I just kept selling them because, well, and I only have 350 items in my store right now. I had 675 this time last year, so I've definitely been whittling down. So it's an orange one, one of those, but it's a commercial grade Z-bar where that holds 400 pounds.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
maybe we could do a trade or something.
Yeah, maybe. I'm probably going to do a garage sale this weekend, too, so.
Oh, really?
Swing by, yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm planning to go to
Nevada. You'll probably find it whether you like it or whether you plan on coming or not if you're going to be in Arvada this weekend.
That's so cool. Is it starting Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Cool. I go out Friday. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to find you. Let me see if I can find you.
That'll be the test.
Yeah.
If you don't find me by the end of the day, just message me on Facebook and be like, what do you have left? I'm on my way.
Okay, and I'll see about that rack. I'll look in my garage and I'll see if it's there, and I'll put it in my car, and then we'll see if we can make it happen. If I bring it to you, if I have it. I might have sold the last one. I can't quite remember because I had so many and I sold them all.
Yeah. So
but, I don't need it, right now.
Did anybody watch Catherine's Spreecast with her live garage sale over the weekend?
I did.
Yep, I did. It was awesome.
Was it good?
Oh,
it was hilarious watching her. She's crazy. She's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had her oldest daughter there talking and stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing something similar. Have my kid jump in the negotiations.
Yeah, you should
Sid negotiating
live from your garage sale that morning.
Yeah.
Was Sid negotiating at Catherine's yard sale?
What's that?
Was Sid negotiating at Catherine's yard sale?
No, I think Sid would just give everybody everything. He's that kind of kid. He's like, okay, I get here.
Well, I was wondering if that's why Paul said to have his daughter negotiate. I was like, was Sid doing
Well, no, I
negotiating?
just see her at thrift stores and stuff, and she gets so much free stuff at garage sales when we go out.
Well, she's cute.
I know. She'll grab something and it's like, no, put it back. And then the person's just like, oh no, you've got to let her take that. Just you can have
that's so sweet.
Okay.
Paul puts her up to holding up, like the $100 video game.
Yeah, it's like,
whatever.
Caitlin,
Daddy,
see
can
that
I
pile
have
over there?
this?
See that over there? When we get out of the car, go grab that real quick, okay?
See that shopping cart over there? Push that out when you're going out. Oh, isn't that cute?
Uh-oh, Autumn dropped out. She'll probably be back. It looks like she just lost connection or something.
Hey, Paul,
Yo.
on that stuff where you're talking about getting a clothing rack, you might want to try looking into doing the boxing thing. That's what I did. I switched everything from those clothing racks to boxes. Oh my gosh, it takes up so much less space, and you don't have to worry about, does something smell bad around it, or is something...
Well, they've got all these... One of the cool things about that basement, he's got 30 of these, racks with, they're like baskets, like metal baskets, and they're huge. So I mean, it's like more than enough to hold all my clothing that I don't really have that much clothes. I mean, I probably have like 200 clothing items that I need to get listed right now. But I mean, if I just put my nose to the grind, I could probably knock that out 10 or 20 a day. If I'll be focused on doing that for 2 weeks, but I think I can do that. And then once I get it done, it's done, and that's just passive income for a while. And then I can start working on all the Amazon stuff. But yeah, so I'm looking.
Great. I'm
forward
happy
to-
for you that you're moving into that new place. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I was laughing at the chat.
it should be interesting. We'll try it, see how it works out. But I mean, it's nice because there's no contract or anything. We're just doing month to month, so it is what it is. He just wants to. It's just extra money for him. He doesn't really care. He's kind of doing it almost as a favor, just because, like I said, I've known him for a long time. Just shopped at his store for a long time. But yeah, I did want to remember this time to give away the Dymo that I've been saying I'm going to give away.
Oh, yeah.
Who me? No.
So, Danica is going to be, whether you're eBay or Amazon, whatever labels you need, just get with Danica and she'll order you some brand new labels for it. She's also got some packing tape and those little plastic razor
Very
blades
cool.
that I always talk about. I gave away a bunch of these. This bag was full when I first got it.
I
And I'm
freaking
gonna
love
only-
those things. I was just going to buy them a 25-pack from the guy, and he's going to mail it to the winner.
You already talked to him?
I talked to him already. Yeah, I told him I was kind of, hoping he would hook me up with something, but I told him I was like, so I'm on this morning YouTube show for resellers, and I was giving away a bag of your stuff as one of the prizes, and I was just wondering, are you cool with mailing it to the winner? Do you want to mail it to me? Whatever. And he's like, comes back and he's like, oh no, I'll mail it to him. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well,
cool, but
Right
damn.
on.
You didn't wear your leather pants? Come on.
I know I should have had a video chat with the guy instead and just be like,
Stand up and say, hey,
Hi. I dressed so nice for you.
They're only
bend over. I dropped my whatever.
Oh my! No, he's
woe
actually,
is me.
I know,
I'll
right?
pick
He's
that
a
up.
really nice guy, though. I've
Yeah.
asked him questions before, and he gets back to you wicked fast, and he's willing to work with you. He's really nice, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So dry.
Oh man, I've had chapped lips for.
It's killing me.
I've been just barely shaking this cold, and it's really been messing with my back and just making me achy and hurting. And I finally I was Monday, I had to go to the gym just to try and sweat it off.
Mhm.
But I mean, when I get colds, whether I get them or not, I get chapped lips. But yeah, I went and had the bright idea to have wings for lunch yesterday. That was.
It's not a smart thing to do.
That'll chap your lips.
Yeah, jacked my
Make
lip.
them
Way
burn
to go,
real
everybody.
nice.
Luckily, next stop was Walgreens, and it's didn't even.
Carmex.
Yes, give me some Carmex. But anyway, we've got the Dymo. You're going to be getting the power supply from John Chartier. I was actually going to order one, but he said he's got one. So if you, just get me your information. I'll get it to him. He'll get it sent out to you.
You're gonna get boxes from 6 different places. So
It's a Dymo Label Rider 400, and yeah, you're just going to be getting boxes from 5 or 6 different places.
yeah.
But we had tons of entries. I'm adding them up right now. So somebody talk for a few minutes while I make sure that I've got everybody. Let's see.
30 sec, go.
Go.
We could always talk about what Jake's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has nothing to
Seller-related.
do with reselling or anything. But I have this friend who has made the decision that he wants to be homeless, at least for a while.
We're trying to figure out why.
Well,
Some people want to go through that experience,
well, here's the thing. He's my friend,
I know
and
it
I love him to
sucks.
death, but he definitely has issues.
Mental issues.
Yeah. Seriously,
responsibility issues. He just doesn't want to have any ties or whatever.
Sounds like my brother.
there's that, but literally,
That's not necessarily true.
okay, he
I
lived
just got
with me
married
for a while.
instead.
He lived with me for a while, and
Lucky.
before he would leave the house, like he would literally have to check his pockets like 6 times. He would have to make sure everything was in the right spot. He would have to this, have to that.
I don't think homeless is going to work for him with OCD.
Homeless.
I just don't see that working out.
So he has bounced from job to job, and he has had opportunities at good jobs and was completely miserable at those places, like the whole time. And he said, once I decided that I want to be homeless for a little while at least, instantly, all that, I felt better. And I thought,
So what's he going to do in the winter time? Because I don't think he's going to enjoy that.
Ohio winter homeless.
Right now it's summer,
I mean, summertime, yeah, okay, maybe you can, like, make that work. I don't know about
a tent and stuff? I mean, is he at least going to be, like, camping?
He's got a car. And he's got a gym membership paid up through the end of the year. And so, like, he could go work out and
shower at least.
Shower and, this and that. And he said, maybe I'll pick up an odd job here or there just to get some food money or something, but I don't want to have to deal with anything.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really crazy. So I told him, I said, I want to document the whole thing, and that doesn't make me a bad person.
Just tell him that he's got to meet up with you once a week so that you can videotape, like, asking him questions about how his week was, and that like you'll buy him a Happy Meal or something for his time.
Right.
YouTube channel, make a blog.
Remember when everybody was buying Happy Meals for the toys and giving them to homeless people, so that the homeless were so sick of Happy Meals?
That's a great opportunity because everybody else that's doing the blogging about it, they're actually doing it. So to have somebody that is doing it, and all you have to do is talk to them. You don't have to do it yourself, but you can still document it. That's an opportunity right there, man.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I think it's interesting, like, and from his standpoint and knowing the way he is, I could see him being happy through the summer.
Yeah, like, through the summer.
I really
and then once it gets cold, he's asking if he can sleep on your couch.
Yeah.
Right. Well, which he's done before. But,
actually,
what else is new? No.
I know people who have done it, and I've like people that did it out of high school, or people that did it out of college, or a lot of, like I said before, I used to be like in the prepping community, like with my blog and everything, and I got to know a lot of those people, and there were so many people with stories of being homeless, and I mean that's one of the reasons why they got into like the prepping stuff, because they realize how bad things can get, and just in case it happens again, they'll be ready. So there's a lot of that, but yeah, I mean it's not that bad. Well, I would consider doing it just for a goof if I didn't have a 5-year-old daughter.
Well, homeless in the United States versus homeless in some other third world country is huge.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
I mean, I know I could survive on the street in the U.S. easily. Like, I wouldn't even sweat it. But, I'm comfortable. You give me a closet to sleep in, and I'm good. I mean, I'm used to, give me a sleeping bag or a hammock or something. It doesn't matter. But
I don't think there's a whole huge difference as far as people like, the survivalists. They go out in the middle of the wilderness, and I mean, the biggest difference, they have a cabin that they built by hand, but they just have that, I guess, a different mindset maybe.
Yeah,
but,
it's like
they're out there living off the land, and
let's just say that
all summer so they can live through the winter.
If you put me in a city for a summer, or probably even through the winter, I wouldn't starve.
Right.
I wouldn't need.
Oh, yeah,
I could live
not
homeless.
in America.
No problem. But anyway,
Americans are so wasteful.
We are so wasteful.
Me included. I do a lot of wasting too.
That's exactly why reselling is such a good profession. Like, it's so profitable, is because of how wasteful humans are.
Well, just dumpster diving the grocery stores.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, because there are people like the Freegans. They don't pay for food. They're vegans that they will not pay for food. They don't think that people should have to pay for food. That it should be privatized.
Yeah.
which whatever. So they dumpster dive and pick fruits and weeds and things like that, and they're fine. I mean, they're freaking nuts, but they're fine.
Yeah.
You know.
That sounds a little bit crazy.
If any of you are freegans, I'm sorry that I said you're freaking nuts, but
you know, I've actually
freaking nuts.
I thought it was like, what, you seriously, you go to the grocery store and you dumpster dive for food? But like, I saw this YouTube video somebody made one time, and he's like, it's not bad at all, trust me. And he did a video of him.
And stuff.
Yeah, he walks in, he pulls out a freaking roasted chicken that they had just thrown away. It was so hot, and he's like, seriously, guys, you wouldn't eat this? It was like in a clean box or something with like there were 3 or 4 of them in there. He like watched them set it down outside on the ground, and then he just went and grabbed the box. And he's like, you're not gonna eat it, then whatever. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, there's Walmarts that give away the heated food all the time. They just give it out. The people, even though they're supposed to be throwing it out, they actually give it to the homeless people.
Give it to the homeless, yeah.
One time when I was trying to get into grocery, I bought a bunch of stuff from Walmart and packed it, and then I returned it because it wasn't the right stuff. I was like, I gotta return all this, and I returned like 10 boxes of baby food or whatever, and she threw it in the trash bin. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
because we
can't return
on the shelf.
Yep.
And I said, what? You don't? And she said, no, any food that's returned goes in the trash. And I was like, oh my God. So
they don't know if you contaminated it somehow.
Yeah, they think we contaminated them. So basically, unopened boxes of food, they're perfectly good. I just returned them. They weren't expired or anything. Bam, right in the trash. 10 boxes of baby formula. That's like $2.75 a box. I was just like, fuck you guys. Excuse me. I was like, screw you guys. I'm going to pull that stuff out. You know, I felt like I didn't do it. I'm not a dumpster.
Throw it down.
Yeah. I'm like, come on. They were throwing them away, but it's like, I couldn't have them. It's like craziness, that kind of business. You know what I mean? It's like, so I can see why people take food out of dumpsters, because they literally, Walmart and Target, they both do it. They throw it away if you return it, which is like, no, that's craziness.
Big Lots does something like that. They throw all of their, I guess Big Lots and Dollar General, people were talking about, they throw all their Christmas stuff away. Yeah. Everything, no matter what it is.
If it sits on the clearance rack long enough, then they just toss it. But I do want to announce the winner of the Dymo.
Oh, yay!
Beth Kane.
Not me.
Nope.
Beth Kane.
Beth Kane is the winner.
Woohoo, congrats.
Right.
So basically, you had several ways to enter. There were some Twitter entries you could do. You could comment on a video. You could. There were just different ways, and I just added everything up, added the total number of entries, put it on random.org, hit that random number generator, and then counted down. So Beth Kane won.
Yay!
That's awesome.
So Beth,
that's a great prize. I don't even have a Dymo yet.
Yeah, I actually found 2 of them. It's a used one, but whatever. They're not that easy to find. I've found 2 in like a year and a half or so of looking for them.
Oh, really? Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah.
But he never found me a zebra. I had to pay $50.
I've never even seen a zebra.
They're freaking huge.
Are they?
Oh my! Look.
Oh wow.
Look at it next to my. I mean, dude.
It's like a TV.
They are huge. I mean, there's some that are a little bit skinnier, but that's the one that I wanted. So yeah.
So much material for a Toadcast.
I did want to announce one more thing. Paul Cole from Profit Bandit gave away another activation for a Bluetooth scanner. So I was gonna announce it, but he just posted it on the link or on the post that I made in the group. But Gatorman Picker, Mark Smith is the winner of the other Profit Bandit activation that I was talking about. He guessed the right number for the contest. So good job. Congratulations. And it's $50. So I mean that is no joke. But if you guys don't have one of these bad boys, we've given them all away. That we're going to give away for now, but they are $105 if you go to biohazardpicker.com. It's a Bluetooth scanner that you can link up with Profit Bandit so that when you're out in the field, you can just, boom, scan barcodes, and it just makes it a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot more convenient. I mean, like I don't know if you ever scan like electronics that are hanging on the rack, but they've got like the locks on them, so it's impossible to get your phone back there. It just makes it real easy to do that. Sometimes you can get the scanner through like a showcase. You can hit that barcode because there's a red line that you can see when you do the scan. So, I mean, they're very, very cool, and usually they're around $150. Adam's selling them for $105. So hit him up if you need one of these. It's $50 to get one activated on Profit Bandit. Well worth the money. Just be careful. Yesterday. What's that?
I'm taking donate. I got one. Somebody has to pay mine.
Nice. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Send Paul Cole an email. See what he says. But.
Yeah.
No, these are great. And but be careful. I was at Walgreens yesterday actually scanning stuff, and all of a sudden this lady comes out, and she's like, "What are you doing scanning things in my store?" I was like, "Are you serious?" It's like, "Yeah, we saw you in here last week too. We saw you scanning. What are you doing?"
And Walgreens?
Yeah, in Walgreens. I was like,
Bite me.
No, I was just
How
like,
rude.
looking to sell. I'm just buying stuff to resell on Amazon. She's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, I showed her the Profit Bandit app. I'm like, I scanned the barcode and the little number down here. It tells me how much it's selling for. That's how much I make if I sell it. And she was like, "Oh, okay," and that was it. She walked away.
Yeah.
You mean you didn't tell her what I told you to tell her?
What's that?
That you're there to pay her salary and possibly her bonus for the year?
Right.
Yeah, I was just like, really? I mean, okay, you can kick me out of here if you want, but trust me, it's going on YouTube.
Well, I like Michael's tact, though, because it is a lot of, people like us that go in there and buy ridiculous amounts of things that gives them their nice bonuses and stuff.
That's one of the things, like, I never get that from people, really. I mean, I'm always honest, and, when I'm at thrift stores and somebody asks me what I'm going to do with all that stuff, I just tell them I sell it on eBay. And it's always, oh, wow, cool. Like, every once in a while, you'll run into that person that's just kind of snobby or snotty about it or whatever. But, I mean, I don't really get that much. As long as you just got to be honest. But, I mean, the way I look at it, they're sitting here if somebody's complaining to me about it, you are paying their salary. I mean, I'm the one that's in here by myself filling up a cart. I'm about to drop $200, and all these other people that are in here shopping for themselves that are buying like $1 shirt here or a $2 plush toy for their kid, they're not actually making you any money. I'm the guy that's in here 3 times a week, filling up a cart every time, spending hundreds of dollars. It's people like us that are the ones that are keeping them in business, basically. So,
the thing is that I keep it pretty honest too, but I just don't tell them where I sell it. I don't tell them that I'm selling on eBay and Amazon. I tell them that I do online and retail sales, and the prices that they have, I can make money off of it, and that's it.
That's probably what I should be telling them, but I mean, if they're interested, then I'll just be like, "Oh yeah, you can watch my show on YouTube." Go subscribe to Resale Ronin
comment,
on
subscribe.
YouTube. Yeah, and make sure you hit that like button. There's a little thumbs up button there. Just hit that. But anyway, I think we're gonna wrap this up for today, guys. We went a little bit over, but Autumn's been a great guest. Unless anybody has any questions for Autumn before she goes.
Autumn's always a great guest. She's awesome. Dude, I probably wouldn't be doing the Toadcast if it wasn't for the very first interview with her. Because, man, she makes it so easy and so fun.
I know.
And now, look where I am.
Yeah, we're still here doing interviews together. That was like 3 years ago.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, was it that long?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 3 years.
I went back and watched that interview like a week or two ago when Sean posted it up on Facebook, and it was awesome. But
That's when eBay was hitting hard for me. I had an assistant at the time, and we were running insane numbers. That was when I was doing $10,000 a month. Without really trying. It was so easy to make money on eBay back then.
Oh yeah, that was probably around the time when I was doing those kind of numbers, and I had 2 guys working for me. I had 2 guys coming to my house 3 nights a week for like 4 or 5 hours just listening.
Autumn says, I don't have time for my group anymore. Here you go. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Sean was managing my first group for a while. That's right.
Like,
when it was on Upscale Resale eBay Selling Tips. That's right. He was one of my first admins. Just like Catherine. Now he's Catherine's admin.
Now I'm admin everywhere.
Admin everywhere.
Now I got to put all the knowledge together, so.
Yep.
Or do
Yeah,
it.
thankfully nobody asked me to admin any of their stuff.
There you go.
It takes up way too much time. I'm not on Facebook enough though, but anyway, once again, thanks for coming
you.
on, Autumn.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Always great to interview. Anytime you want to come on, just let me know. If you got something you want to
Okay.
talk about, just hit me up. You know, I mean, or if you just
I will
want to.
maybe in like 2 months or 3 months, we'll do an update of how my transition's been going, because that's how long I think it's going to take me, 2 months to transition off of eBay like I want and more into Amazon. You know.
Right on.
So we'll do a follow-up interview.
Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, we appreciate it, and we thanks everybody else for coming on. Thanks everybody for watching. Go check out the Reseller Wake Up on Facebook. It's my Facebook group where I post the latest episode at the top of the group every day. Makes it really easy to find. You can also subscribe to my channel right here on Twitter at Resale Ronin. Thanks for everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and we will talk to you all Friday, where I may be doing a garage sale live. Bye.
Yeah.
Bitcoin.